The 1ZT's Dash Series was up next. The SRI Pole Award went to Steve Totches with a 11.782. That put Joel Farlow up front in the 48 machine. The Dash Series feature at Millbridge got underway with Joe Farlow jumping out front from the pole. He cleared Steve Sokol into turn one, and the race was clean at the front.
Yeah, clean up front, but not in the back. Casey Myers spun it like a drunk uncle at a wedding. And in true DNQ fashion, no yellow, no sympathy. You spin, you're screwed.
Casey spun, a victim of DNQ domestic violence. Meanwhile, Farlow held the lead, but Zach, the nighttime nightmare Campolonga, wasted no time moving forward.
Campolonga moved into second, dropping Sokol back to third. Then he began working on Farlow as the top three broke away from the field.
And when the nightmare shows up, bedtime comes early. He threw a slider at Farlow. Zach looked like Dracula up there. The sun goes down, he comes alive, and suddenly Farlow's just his midnight snack. Lead taken, no refund offered.
Yeah, slid that thing into the lead like he stole it from Walmart's self-checkout. Behind them, Sokol tried to rally. He hit the berm so many times it looked like he was playing pinball. Breyer tried to poke his nose in, but Diebold said, "Excuse me, fellas," and slid by both like he was cutting a Chick-fil-A drive-through line.
Sokol tried to hang with them, but it was Campolonga, Farlow, and eventually Roger Diebold making the moves up front. Behind them, Breyer and Sokol got into each other just enough to shuffle things around. Still, Campolonga controlled the pace. The Dash Series has always been a place where stars are made, and he's proven himself as a cornerstone of this division.
Yeah, cornerstone, vampire stone, whatever you want to call him, he doesn't die out front. That middle stretch looked like rush hour in West Virginia. Everybody spread out, nobody in a hurry, and half of them not street legal.
That middle stretch, though, whoa, looked like they all forgot it was a race and thought they were in a parade. I half expected clowns and candy to start coming out. And how about Steve Totches? Usually he's a contender, but this time he looked like he put diesel in a lawnmower. Sokol's fighting for a podium, and his teammates just cruising like it's open practice.
With 5 to go, the field tightened up one last time. Zach Campolonga had been in control, but the Dash Series is never over until the checkered flag waves.
5 to go around here is like putting Mentos in a Diet Coke. Somebody's going to get sticky, and somebody's going to explode.
And usually both at the same time.
On the restart, Campolonga nailed it. He shot out like he had a turbo button. But behind him, Sokol and Farlow were trading paint like they were bartering at a flea market.
Yeah, Sokol went down low. Farlow slammed the middle, and both of them forgot the top groove even existed. Meanwhile, Zach's up there saying, "Thanks for the free real estate."
Sokol even kissed the berm at one point, bounced up the track, and I swear his cart looked like it owed him money the way he was wrestling it.
That gave Roger Diebold a chance. He slipped underneath, and suddenly we had a three-way fight for second place. Farlow, Sokol, and Diebold all swapping lanes, while Campolonga just kept his rhythm up front.
Diebold looked like he was playing Hungry Hungry Hippos, chomping at anything that moved. He didn't care if it was the bottom, the berm, or somebody's bumper.
But that's the beauty of the Dash Series. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Tonight, Totches was all nail.
And Hutchins sneaking into the top 5. Nobody saw that one coming. The guy's been a professional mid-pack tourist all year, and suddenly he's got a front row seat to the brawl.
As the laps wound down, Sokol finally cleared Farlow, but by then Campolonga was long gone.
And once again, the nighttime nightmare proves that if the lights are on, the rest of you better call Uber, because he's driving away.
At the line, it was Campolonga for the win. Steve Post caught up with your top 3
Stock
finishers.
Car Steel SRI Victory Lane, a frequent visitor down here is Zach Campolonga. Zach, congratulations. I'll tell you, from the top of the racetrack, that seemed awful easy, but I'm sure driving that race car, you had all kinds of challenges.
No, it's definitely not easy. I mean, this track is challenging. I mean, it's multi-groove. Both ends are completely different. I mean, you can run all the way up top in 3 and 4 and middle, bottom 1 and 2. So it's a fine line. First and foremost, I want to thank Joey, CTM Custom Cabinets, Race City Garage Door, Patriot Distributing, Hydrotech Transmission, No Money, Colby, Sauce, all of Millbridge, Ashley and Jeremy. They do an awesome job of putting on this show.
Really is awesome. 5th win of the season here in this series. You've won on the regular track, you've won on Darlington, you've won on the road course. What's it mean to kind of close things up and win here on Mini Millbridge as well?
It means a lot. I mean, we do this track 3 times a year. Last time we did it, we were fast. I just was off on setup, but I'm looking forward. This is going to be the final points race coming October, November. So I think we have a good piece for that night, and I also thank all my family for coming out and supporting me as well.
Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. Zach Campolonga, a regular down here in Victory Lane.
We tried to get him there on the last corner. I got to his bumper, but it wasn't enough. The net positive race team, the What's in That Positive race team did great today. The guys set up a great cart. This is my 4th time on dirt, so happy with the podium.
What have you learned? I mean, you've obviously figured it out. What have been some of the big takeaways from only 4 times on dirt?
So did buggies the first 2 times. These actually drive way better. I like how they drive. Road course last time was my forte. I grew up racing road course. I still race road course stuff, so I was excited about that. We got wrecked. Wasn't surprised by that on that track, but turned out good today.
Turned out good today. That's Steve Sokol with a second place. Joel Farlow. Joel, congratulations. Solid run all night long.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a really good cart. When Zach got around us, I kind of learned the line a little bit better, picked up a little bit of pace, and at the end with the 12 passes, I just need a little more front turn. I could have held on to that second place finish. But I like to thank my team. My dad, he keeps this cart together and stuff. He keeps it ready for the races.
Well, no doubt about it. Great run here tonight. Congratulations on a podium finish.
Thank you.
There we go. That is a podium finish, and wrapping it up for the 1ZT's Dash Series. Joel Farlow finishes in the 3rd spot. Finishing in position number 2 is Steve Sokol, and how about it again? Zach Campolonga for the 5th time this season. He's a winner here in the Dash Series at Millbridge.
Well, Zach Campolonga, the nighttime nightmare, he does it again. This guy just knows how to win in the Dash Series. He bided his time, worked the high line, and when it was time to go, he closed the deal. Another big night for him.
Yeah, and Steve Sokol in second. That's a career run for him. That 12 car looked sharp, smooth on the bottom, gave Campolonga all he could handle in those last few laps. You can tell he's been doing his homework.
Don't forget Joel Farlow in 3rd. He led early. Had that thing dialed in the first half of the race. He might not have had enough to hang with Zach late, but man, he looked good in clean air. Definitely a podium he can be proud of.
Casey Meyer comes home 4th. He had a spin early, but rebounded strong. That's the kind of drive that can save your season. Kept it steady and brought it back to the front.
And Steven Totches in 5th. That's interesting. He's usually lights out on the short track, but tonight just never looked like himself. Still, he salvaged a good points night, and sometimes that's just as important as a win.
David Hutchins, 6th place. How about that? That's the best we've seen out of him in a long time. He was up there mixing it with the big dogs, and honestly, that's impressive for a guy still learning the ropes. Roger Diebold finishes 7th. He had some speed mid-race, but just couldn't hang on late. Still a solid run.
Ryan Shaw in 8th. Steady as always, kept his nose clean. Not flashy, but points in the bag. Christian Breyer 9th. Patrick Briotti 10th. Both of those guys battled all night, and you know what? Sometimes top 10s are what keep you in the game.
Brad Michalowski 11th. Patrick Field 12th. Both solidly in the field. Just didn't have the pace to move forward. Tanner Nauman 13th. Had issues, couldn't finish the distance. Tucker Nauman, same story in 14th. Mechanical bug bit him early.
But up front, it was all about Campolonga. The guy just has a knack for these races, and tonight he proved it again.